Just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Yo, GMS fam, the green room. Happy Friday. We are back for another episode. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. Appreciate every single one of y'all. We are about to talk about some shit today, but first and foremost, you know we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. You know, we keep that green mind state. That's what that GMS stands for. Hope everybody's getting to the money, getting to the goals, setting all the achievements and breaking through the doors of every opportunity that they have, man. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all. We gonna get into it, man. We got some things to talk about today. And as always, I got my shit lit. And it's Friday, so you know we got the GMS show. And then 8 o'clock tonight, we got the 3Gs. So make sure you pull up for that as well. GMS fam, the green room. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it, man. First things first on the agenda. Shout out Arius, Pro Miko, Black Man America, Talented 3003. Anarchy 69 in the building. Appreciate y'all, GMS fam. What's going on now? First and foremost, let's get this out of the way, man. Something that we already knew as residents here in Minneapolis, but I'm pretty sure it happens all across America. This ain't the only place. But it just came out, an investigation just came out about the Minneapolis Police Department. What up, Zen? And you want to know what that investigation was? Let me give y'all a little peek into what it was. Minneapolis Police Department used covert or fake social media accounts to target black individuals and groups. And it did so despite having no clear public safety rationale. That is right. You did not read that wrong. The Minneapolis Police Department is responsible for targeting black people and black organizations around the city. And it all started right after the killing of George Floyd. Look, man, they should have been first of all, the first people I would have looked at was the officers that left the force because they felt like it was too much. They felt like everybody hated them. They saw too many fuck the police spray painting all over buildings. Those people that heard abolish the police or defund the police. all those police officers, all those weak, fragile-minded, and just bitch-made ass police officers that left the force. Those were the first people I would have started at. But this is it right here. What they did was they went on, police officers of the Minneapolis Police Department made fake social media accounts, and they also went and did other things. Let me go deeper into this. Let me go deeper. How about this? Let me read this off to you. Among the scathing findings. Hold on, let me turn this music down so you guys can hear me very well. Of an investigation launched after the police killing of George Floyd is that Minneapolis police use covert or bogus social media accounts to monitor black individuals and groups despite having no clear public safety rationale for doing so. The report released Wednesday by the Minnesota Department of Human Rights echoes numerous past revelations that the FBI and other law enforcement agencies have sometimes illegally, secretly surveilled prominent people and communities of color, even though they weren't involved in any criminal activity. Any. Not one. Overall, the 2-year investigation found that the Minneapolis Police Department engaged in a pattern of race discrimination for at least a decade. So this is before George Floyd. George Floyd happened 2 years ago. They said this investigation, the 2-year investigation, found that the Minneapolis Police Department engaged in a pattern of race discrimination for at least a decade. If you don't know what a decade is, that's 10 years. Including stopping and arresting black people at a higher rate than white people, more frequent use of force on people of color, and a department culture that tolerated racist language. Oh, now this may seem like a shock to some, but I'll tell you who those some are. The some are the very people who heard Black Lives Matter and said all lives matter. The same people that said blue lives matter. The same motherfuckers that got mad at the people that was marching and protesting and burning shit down and breaking through shit, but not giving a fuck about actual lives being taken for no reason. Those are the people that are shocked. Us, we're not shocked at all. We knew this was happening. This has been happening. But see, they have to go and perform a whole investigation and bring it to the forefront for people to be like, oh my God. It bothered people more to hear people say abolish the police than it did police killing people. Not just black people, people. And because black people have the strength and range to voice their concerns and frustrations, whether it be Black Lives Matter or just protesting just to protest the police brutality against people of color, people get mad at that. But then a whole report like this comes out and it's not running its rounds through the mainstream media. Oh, I would love to see Fox News report this. Do you think they did? Nah, because that is the news station for, if Blue Lives Matter was a news station, goddammit, that is Fox News. Do you think they reported about this? All the shit that they've been talking about Minneapolis and all the shit they talked about George Floyd and police and all this shit, do you think that they reported about this? Nah, and they won't. And this is going to be something they look past, just like every other finding that they have of police departments around America. They find out something every year, every other year about a police department doing some corrupt shit. It'll make the news for a couple days and then it's gone. But we already knew about this. I just wanted to bring this to the forefront for people that didn't know and to let y'all know. This is in my own hometown. This is where home is right here. Where this is happening, this is where I live. Regarding social media, it spotlighted departmental abuses turned up in a review spanning activity between 2010 and 2022. Officers used covert or fake accounts to seek and gain access to the online profiles of black individuals, including an unnamed city council member and a city's elected official. The report said, as well as groups such as the Minneapolis NAACP and Urban League. I know people that worked. My granny worked at the Urban League at one point. And to think about my granny, somebody who's the most harmless person in the world unless you start talking shit, why would they be bugging or trying to get inside or infiltrate these organizations that don't do nothing but good by black people in this city? The Urban League is, if you get a chance to look that up here in Minneapolis, look that shit up. The activity included friend requests, comments on posts, private messages, and participation in discussions. When doing so, officers posed as like-minded individuals and claimed, for example, that they met the targeted person at a prior demonstration or protest. So they were going in there, infiltrating these shits to see what people were talking about, joining in on the conversation. It's funny that they said that because over these years, I've seen, like, there would be private groups on Facebook that talk about these issues and talk about police brutality and talk about certain things that have to do with black people in this country or even just this state. And you see people get added to that shit, and of course there will be the people that watch, but then you'll have the every once in a while the random person that'll just pop in and comment something crazy and basically be the person to oppose whatever's being said on that page. And people are like, how do these people keep getting in here? That's how. That's how. The report acknowledged that law enforcement can have legitimate reasons for tracking social media if a clear investigative purpose to advance public safety exists and if clear procedures and accountability mechanisms are in place. But Minneapolis police fell well short of those standards. Investigators determined improperly using the accounts to surveil and engage black individuals, black organizations, and elected officials unrelated to criminal activity without a public safety objective. So in other words, they was just watching niggas to watch niggas. That's what that was. And it's crazy because I've seen this. I've heard this. I've heard it. We've all heard about this back in the day or even recently, over the years, period, about these type of things happening. But it just being confirmed, it's not like oh my God, it's not shocking. But it's like, we knew it. Ain't no surprise. The only thing I'm surprised about is that they actually investigated it. That's the only thing I'm surprised about, is that they actually investigated their own people and came out with some shit that was as detrimental as this. Are they going to give out the names of the people that, because you know they know the people that did it. If they went so far as to investigate this and find out about the actual accounts that commented, sent private messages, they know exactly who did it. They're not going to release their names. In fact, they might quite possibly go to another precinct and work there. They just can't be in a Minneapolis Police Department anymore. So that's what's happening with that. Also, I just want to show y'all this because of the last time that there was a police killing, or not even an unarmed black man, but a black man who was sleeping in a home, and there was a no-knock warrant executed, and they shot him and killed him because he raised his gun up, not knowing what the hell was going on. And in the investigation that had just happened, the new data shows every no-knock warrant executed by Minneapolis police from September through January only targeted people of color. None involved whites. None. Once again, I am not surprised. Once again, I am not surprised by that investigation. People have been telling y'all the same things for years, and people have been ignoring the same things for years just to sit back and find out, oh, there was an investigation. That shit really happened. I guess these niggas is really tired of bullshit and burning shit down and fucking shit up and marching down the street for a reason, I guess. Nah, they still won't see it. They'll still feel inconvenienced. It's an inconvenience. Now, personally, I don't think marching or anything is going to help because, you know, clearly after reading that investigation, they don't really give a damn about what it is that we want or how we feel about how they treat us. They going to keep their foots on our necks. So we might as well push back. And that's all I'm going to say about that right there. Let's switch gears. Speaking of pushing back. Speaking of pushing back, that's a great segue. The men in the chat, it is time to push back. If you felt like you were done wrong, if you were being abused, if she was treating you like dirt, speak up. Speak up right now. If she did you dirty, say it. Let it out. You want to know why? Do you want to fucking know why? Because you never know if they'll end up like this bitch. Amber Heard. The ex-wife abuser of Johnny Depp. We stand with Johnny Depp. I stand with you, Johnny Depp. As a man, I don't like the way that this woman abused you. This toxic being. Nasty woman. We are watching something happen that is extremely rare. Super rare. You know what's rare about this? Is that a woman accused a man, and not just a woman accusing any man or any woman accusing any man. It was a celebrity woman accusing a celebrity man of abuse, having videotapes out, all types of shit, had people convinced that Johnny Depp was an animal. And then in a surprise turn of events, she has become the one in the hot seat as the abuser, the manipulator, the gaslighter, the finger chopper offer. Can you believe it? We are really in the twilight zone, because I would have never guessed that it would have turned around this way. Honestly, I would have felt like people would have just blamed Johnny Depp and been like, fuck it, I don't care, believe all women. But it's quite hard to believe all women when you get facts behind the situation, and when somebody actually documents the things that they went through. Thank God that man had some shit on his side, or else he would have been looking crazy. Now, I gotta let y'all see this shit. I'm turning the music off, man, because this whole shit is a joke. The whole trial is a joke. Her lawyer is trash. They don't know how to win this case. The case is over with. She's done for. I don't know if she's gonna get locked up for it. I don't know what the case is or what even the trial is. But just if you want an idea of how this case is going, listen to this. And YouTube, I know, fair use, whatever. The music that they playing, I can't help it, but you got to hear it.
Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No.
Mr. Depp had his penis out of his
Objection.
pants, didn't he?
I think I would remember
Relevance.
seeing Mr. Depp's penis.
I'll allow. Next question.
And you were trying to get Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
Asking about this man's Johnson for what?
Depp out of the house, yes.
And Mr.
I think Jack Sparrow was more drunk than Johnny Depp, to be honest.
So that's marijuana.
Did I read that right?
Yes, but you
That was
you
my
need to
question,
find the
just if
term.
I read that right, sir. Now, part of the services that you provide, that your firm provides to Mr.
She's giving you gifts over $8,500, correct?
$8,500.
Yeah.
You give me a lot more than that.
Okay. And you're loyal to Mr. Depp, right? You didn't know what could cause damage
You're loyal to
Mr.
Mr.
Depp's
Depp,
hand while
right?
you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he'd sustained an injury on one of his...
Objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Please understand what just happened right there. I'm pausing it right there for a reason. Because this man, her lawyer, Amber Heard's lawyer, asked this man a question and then objected to his own. This is how trash this man. I don't know why she didn't fire him after this day and get a new lawyer. How do you ask a question and object your own question because what you just asked was probably detrimental to your own client?
Could
Listen.
cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he'd sustained an injury on one of his...
Objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Okay, you said he sustained an injury to his finger,
Yes.
but you don't know what caused the injury to his finger.
One of...
There's nothing wrong with wanting to spend time with your friends at a music festival after being abused by your husband, right?
What abuse?
I was saying, you really think so?
What abuse. Nigga had to stop and think, because I don't know if y'all know this, but after she claimed abuse, the very next moment, she went to Coachella. She said she had a black eye, all types of shit, but then went to Coachella. All this shit happened, but then you went to Coachella. Now, my man Black Hippie Ricky brought up a real quote by this woman. I didn't punch you, I hit you. Listen to this conversation right here where Johnny Depp is explaining to her what type of person she is and why he's speaking the way that he's speaking to her and why they're having this conversation. It's because she tends to throw punches during arguments. Listen to this.
You know, I got mad at you in Australia about this. I said, baby, I want to trust you. It's hard for me not to try and work it out. If you want to be the person that's like, I need to cool down, help me do that. Give that to you. But I can't give it to you if you always let me down and fuck up and forget.
Because I gave you a time limit. Because I said I'll be back in 3 minutes. So I'm just...
No, it's different.
If it happens...
It's different. You never...
If it happens, I'm just going to say, look, I need some time. That's it.
I'm telling you, that will make it worse.
No.
I guarantee you it will.
If you're stuck in throwing punches...
I'm not talking about throwing punches. I'm talking about an argument.
Right. In arguments, you tend to throw punches.
I'm talking about arguments. I'm not talking about the times when it's got physical. I'm talking about arguments. I'm talking about arguments. I'm talking about arguments.
Yes, in our argument...
Earlier and earlier and earlier. Now you split. You take off right away. You don't.
That is the sound of a psychotic woman. He's telling you what happens during your arguments. You tend to throw punches during arguments. And she said, I'm talking about arguments. Yes, I know, bitch. And I'm telling you, when you argue, you throw punches. I'm talking about arguments. Bitch, sound like Allen Iverson. We talk about practice. Y'all talk about we talk about practice. A man that wants to walk away from a situation, like let's say having an argument, he wants to walk away from the situation. Maybe he feels like it's gonna get worse and he doesn't want it to get worse. But see, her crazy violent ass probably wants him to stay there because she probably wants it to escalate to that point. Because some motherfuckers like to do that shit. Y'all like the toxic shit. Toxic motherfuckers like this like the physical. They like to get loud. They like to get belligerent. They like to be psychotic. And what she tried to do was try to get in front of this shit before it came back on her because she knew what type of person she was. It's wild, man, the type of shit that people have to... And it's like, I understand, you know, I'm not naive to be like, oh, women haven't gone through a lot, you know what I'm saying, over the years. I know this. But we can't take that and make it a thing where you dismiss abuse all around. Abuse all around is abuse all around. It's never good whether it's a man or a woman. And Amber Heard needs to be made an example out of during this whole situation, in my opinion. And I feel like they will, especially the way that this trial is going, man. This shit is a joke. And I'm not with it, man. This shit is weird as hell, man. I wish Johnny Depp the best. I wish Amber Heard the worst. You was responsible for making my man's finger a nub. Something's wrong with you. And how she never ever got it. This is another thing. Like, imagine if a woman had part of her finger chopped off, and just the notion that it could have been the man that she was with, the motherfucker would have been investigated, all types of shit. Not to mention the fact that she literally said, oh yeah, why don't you go try that in court? Tell them that you were abused. Yeah, let's see if they believe you because you're a man. Do you not think that other women have this mentality where they know that they can abuse these things? Take these things for granted, take advantage of these situations because they know that they're a woman, and that most likely if they said that X, Y, and Z happened, that they will be believed. It takes away from people's actual traumas and things that people actually went through, which is a never-ending cycle of people doing the same thing. Next thing you know, if a woman actually went through some fuck shit with somebody and she comes out to talk about it, you're going to have people that's going to immediately doubt her because of the way that people have done this shit. And speaking of doubting, this is another good segue. Also, I'm not gonna hold y'all too long today because you know we got 3Gs later tonight. Make sure y'all pull up for 3Gs. We got something special happening tonight, 8 o'clock. But just to segue into this, we got Terry Crews apologizing for his tweets going against Black Lives Matter. You know, he without really saying it, he was really all lives matter. That's what he was about. And he's apologizing now because I guess he started to see how much it affected him ever since he did that shit. And which happens with a lot of the people like Terry Crews that we see in the industry. You know, the types where they would let a weird old white dude touch their junk and not do something about it, but then want to try to have an opinion on some shit that's going on in the world. Shut up, man. You should have had an opinion when a nigga was grabbing your junk at a party in front of your wife. Terry Crews. But if y'all don't remember what Terry did, I want y'all to get reminded here. I want y'all to hear what he had to say. Listen to this.
You can't have a nuanced conversation on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's the worst mistake.
The biggest mistake.
That was your first mistake.
That was the first. If there was any accident, that was it.
That was maybe one of my favorite parts of the book is when you talk about, because you tweeted that, and you can tell when someone thinks they've got swag in the tweet. You were like, let me tell you something, what we need to do in this world. White supremacy, black supremacy, all come together, bam. And
yeah,
like,
I went and got a sandwich.
You made a sandwich.
I went and got a sandwich.
You made a sandwich, you're like, I killed it.
Believe you me, I went, oh no. That's
Black
not what I
supremacy was trending.
That's not what's going on. You know what I mean? But you can't have that. I totally understand that. And I think you're right, and I know you're right.
Right.
And I actually, one of my things is just when I know my people, and I love my people, and the big thing was, Black people need to hold other Black people accountable.
Which they do.
Well, see, because accountability, right? And we do. And I'm not saying we don't. But my thing is, as a Black man, and as a man who had been in these kind of situations, I just knew that it needed to be said by someone like me,
right?
In order, because.
No, it didn't. Because if you can't hold that white man accountable for grabbing your junk at a party in front of your wife, you shouldn't expect nobody else to hold themselves accountable for anything. That's the problem with a lot of the people these days that have something to say to an entire group of people but have never checked themselves. This is why I don't go out my way to tell people what they need to do, because I know that there's still things that I need to do in my life. I need to take care of shit in my own world. There's things that I need to work on personally. Yeah, I can give advice, but I'm not finna act like I'm better than the next person or holier than thou and try to tell people what they should and shouldn't be doing or try to fight back against some shit during one of the most prolific times. Fuck the organization, but a lot of motherfuckers was standing up for some shit during that time, and he felt the need to be on some, hey, we need to, as a black people. No, take accountability for the man that tried to jerk you off in front of your wife, Terry Crews. Then we can have this conversation, talking about this was something that needed to be said by him. No, it didn't. They had your ass dancing in Friday After Next in front of a couch with only your boxes on, getting horny to Tupac. I don't want to hear shit. That man did a juggling act on your testicles, and you want to sit up here and talk about black people taking account? Yes, we do. Yes, this is a conversation we know about. That's why I hate the whole conversation of quote unquote black on black crime. People act like black people don't know what the hell go on in their own communities or with other black people. That's the problem with that saying. That's the problem with trying to combat police brutality with black on black crime. That's the problem, is because you're telling people something they already know just to deflect from something that they're dealing with. Terry Crews, I don't want to hear nothing about your apology. There's nothing that significant about it to me. You said what you said because you meant it. And now you putting out a book, so now you feel the need to, want to come and apologize because themselves going to help you out. You need the black community to help you out, because as much as the white community was standing behind you when you said that shit, that was the only reason why they were standing behind you. You think they're going to go buy your book? No, because you still a black ass. To them, you would have had our support. We would have fucked with you, man. Terry Crews was cool until he started showing his true colors. This nigga be Euro juking on camera all the time, but then want to sit up there and talk about people holding each other accountable. Shut up. I don't care about none of that. I would say fuck Terry Crews, but I think he might actually take that as an invite. Now, let's move on. Let's move on, all right? Now, I hear that there's some new things happening in the world, and I want to be able to talk about those things with y'all, but we're gonna wait till next week to talk about those things, because like I said, I'm not holding y'all long today. We got 3Gs tonight at 8 o'clock, and I want to make sure y'all pull up for that. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you leave a comment under the video after the live is done. I will much appreciate it, my GMS fam. Hold on, let me get this shit right. There we go. He said, you still you goddamn right, black man America. You know what time it is. No matter what you do, you still a nigga. I wish Candace Owens knew that, but she's stuck. She's not even in the sunken place. This bitch is chilling at the depths of the sea right now, just chilling. She gone. She lost. He said I was like 12 when Friday After Next came out. He was getting horny to Tupac. Yes, he was. I won't forget that. That was our introduction to Terry Crews. So, hey, he set the foundation. I bet the nigga that grabbed his nuts seen that and was like, ooh, Terry Crews. I'm pretty sure he swings that way. Put a GMS in the comments right now. I'm about to shout everybody out. Sorry the show is short today. The show is short today. I got some things I need to handle before 3Gs at 8 o'clock. But make sure y'all pull up for 3Gs. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you leave a comment under the video after the live is over. I would much appreciate it. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling generous. Most appreciated. Let's go. Put them GMSs in the comments, fam. Terry Crews got his balls fondled. Terry Crews got his balls fondled. Terry Crews got his balls fondled. Ooh. He didn't do shit about it, but look at that man in the eyes. He said, I would probably tell you I liked it if I wasn't with my wife. Terry Crews. Shout out Arius Baby G, Anarchy 169, whatever Russian name that is, and Black Man or Black Hippie Ricky, G Swift in the building, Promi Co, Amsterdam in the building. I'm gonna let you know if I ever come out to Amsterdam, man. Cause that's still a destination for me at some point in life. Terrador at NYC, Will Major II. Let's get it, GMS fam. Who gonna be the first to leave a comment under the video when this live is over? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Trey979, I see you, brother. I'm gonna see who the first one, man. That's what I'm gonna start. I already did it once. Brim Dog was the first person to win a GMS t-shirt for being the first nigga in the comments after one of the last lives. So let's see who's gonna be the first person at the end of this live to leave a comment, man. I'm gonna be doing giveaways a lot more often, especially this summer. T-shirts, jerseys, rolling trays, all types of shit. We gonna make that shit happen. GMS fam, the green room. I appreciate y'all so much for pulling up on me today. I'm gonna see y'all next week. Make sure you pull up for the 3Gs tonight at 8 o'clock. Very special episode. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App if you're feeling generous. Leave a comment at the end of this video. GMS fam, the green room, smoke some. We out.